Good evening, obsessors, oppressors, and possessors. Dogs, why must you make noise? Oh, as you can see, if you are watching our YouTube channel, we have started something different. I painted this because I am an artiste. Thank you, thank you. It's our new ghosted banner. We have Franklin as a pirate for some reason. We don't know why. Actually, I had extra paint and didn't know what to do with his face. I screwed up the eyeball.
The fan is blowing it.
Yeah.
But
we thought it'd be nice to cover up our wood house. Yes, we live in a cabin. Mm-hmm. Now, many of you...
We love it.
We do. We do. Now, many of you may have realized that we didn't drop an episode last week. And that is because I forgot that we had an episode, or we didn't have an episode to drop. I thought we had already recorded this episode. Turns out we only had 8 minutes of it.
Lies.
So instead of picking up where we left off, what we're going to do is we're going to give this YouTube thing a try. You can also still listen on Spotify or wherever you want, but please subscribe to our channel. Clearly, we've been working on things real hard.
We have.
We have. Life has gotten in the way, but you got sports and all that. But we are...
11 kids.
Yes. Man. But we are back on our grind. I wish I hadn't have said that. That's
lame.
Real stupid to say. Anyway, this episode and the one after... We've got how many episodes you've done?
I think we've recorded almost all of them, haven't we?
Okay, so we've got this episode, and then I finished an episode, but honestly, nothing's going to compare to what we just did last week, or the week before. It was really cool to have Alma on.
It was.
Not only that, it was cool to see her in the bookstore, the local bookstore that we have. Not her book, not her herself. But, so Alma, if you're listening or watching... Thank you very much. We are very appreciative. Now, with that being said, we are doing In the Trees, which is a compilation. Which is a compilation Julia did. If you're wondering what this is, it's a microphone that Julia is trying to put her boob in.
No.
Yep, she's trying to give you guys the old areola sound quality.
Weird.
It sounds like they're gonna be like, no, stop it. The people that are actually listening to this are gonna be like, I didn't hear anything.
Right.
But it is what it is. Now, In the Trees,
Weirdos.
Julia has a compilation of things that are either in the trees or in the woods. You know how she does.
I like my woods stories.
Yep. So these may be creatures, they may be ghosts, they may be spirits, they may be wendigos, they may be skinwalkers, they may be giants.
Creepy
we
people,
don't know.
even.
Only some people got what I just said. They may be giants. It's a old 90s band.
Oh.
They did When the Lion Sleeps in the Space Tonight. Yeah, they just remade it for fun.
Oh.
I don't know that it's a serious band. Well, no, okay, so I think, you know the song, Make Up Your Mind, Decide to Walk With Me. No?
No.
Man, you really should have been paying attention to music when you were a kid, man.
Why?
You missed a lot of fun stuff.
Nah, I'm still here living.
Yeah. All right, so our first story is Something Cold, which is written by Lance, to be mentioned. Lance. Here we go, Mr. Bass.
I have my own notes here.
Oh.
Because I
You
struggle.
still can't see that?
It's a little blurry.
All right, fair enough. Now, hello. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to do this properly. Everybody knows what kind of nerd I am. Hello there. It's okay.
Hello, Governor.
Oh. you ruined the reference. Obi-Wan always says, hello there. And then you just bust in with your weird orphan accent. Goodness gracious. I love you.
Love you.
You are a very good partner to have, I'll tell you that.
Have
Now,
a good time.
my name is Lance.
What? You've lied.
I'm sorry. I meant to tell you. But truthfully, who tells the truth anymore?
That's true.
You know?
Or is it?
That's what killed him. The truth. It set him free from his life. My name is Lance, and today I want to share something with you, something I've carried for years. An encounter that changed the way I see the world forever. I was 25 when it happened. What did I just do with that sentence?
I don't know.
I'm trying to look at the people so they feel engaged as well. You guys are ruining the show. I'm so sorry. Josh did this.
Yeah, he did.
He did. But you know what? I can't wait. So anyway, my name is Lance, and today I'm going to share a story with you. Something I've carried with me for 25 years. It's changed my life, the way I see the world. 25 when it happened. No one believes me. Not the ranger I tried to report it to, not the few friends I confided in, not even the therapist. I almost separated those words. I paid to tell me it wasn't real. But I know what I saw. I know what I heard in those trees. I know 2 dogs that might get run over tonight.
They're having a good time over there.
She's putting them to the ground. Look, Max is dead. Look at his legs. They're kicking. They're like, get off my throat. Oh, sorry, guys. Anyway.
Oh, they're fun.
I know what I saw. I know what I heard in those trees. I know what followed me. It started like these always do. You know, heartbreak and bad decision. I'm sorry, and a bad decision. My bad. I'd just gotten out of a long, messy relationship, and I needed space, as we all do. Lance, as we all do.
Right.
Everybody needs space. I wish you could control this with that. That would be neat.
It would be.
Oh, man. I wanted miles between me and everything. The city, my job, my own thoughts. I figured that a solo trip up north would clear my head. Yeah, you know, I oftentimes feel like going into the extreme colds with nothing but the comfort of knowing I have a backpack on to clear my head. Often.
Better than the heat and the mosquitoes.
Yeah, if I'm going to clear my head, I'm going to do it indoors, where I can control my temperature. You know, I can maybe read a book.
Lame.
Watch.
You can read a book in a tent.
Been watching Modern Family crazy. Yep. Yeah, but I can't be in a climate-controlled tent.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think I'm going to get a climate-controlled tent?
You get them things that I keep seeing on TikTok.
Them things that you see on TikTok.
They're battery-operated little air conditioners.
Oh.
And then they also have ones where you can put a chimney up through the top of your tent and make a little fire inside of it, like in a little fireplace.
That sounds expensive.
And probably a little dangerous, because I feel like it would melt.
Oh, yeah. So, the way we get heat going? My goodness. Now, March in the Canadian wilderness. Cold, but not quite deadly. Or so I thought. You know, by day 3, I was deep in it.
Even here, March is still pretty cold.
Yeah. It shouldn't be.
I agree.
Rude is what it is. That's all it is rude. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm saying it's rude. Yeah. Anyway, I had no cell reception. There were no trails, just me, my pack, and the skeletal fingers of bare trees reaching into the gray sky. Nice poetry there, Lance, to be mentioned. That doesn't even make sense. Your name, your life, doesn't make sense. I like you. Now, I pitched my tent near a partially frozen stream, not far from Lake Ottawapiskat. I think that's right. Ottawapiskat. Yeah, I did it. And boiled snow for water while the last orange light drained out of the clouds.
He's a fantastic writer.
I'm telling you what, he's got some descriptions here. I remember feeling proud of how quiet it was. How peaceful. I didn't realize yet the forest had gone too quiet. And you know what? What an accomplishment. Clap for Lance. He got the forest to be
Yep.
quiet.
Great
Proud.
job.
Proud. Oh my goodness. The thing died. Are you kidding me? Wow. That's just terrible. When did it die? Oh well. We'll just take the audio from this.
Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, I'll figure it out. It ain't gonna be hard.
Okay.
Anyway. So,
Are you not going to record?
no. What's the point? If I'm just gonna take this and convert it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. I was deep in it. No cell reception, no trails. He's proud of the quiet he's apparently created, but didn't realize he had created it too quiet. I was zipping up my tent when I noticed it, the kind of silence that presses against your ears. No wind, no rustling of leaves, no distant cries of owls or loons. Just silliness.
Stillness is what
Right,
it's supposed to be.
Stillness, just stillness. Just silliness. That's fun. I hope. Hey, we're just going to leave it like that. That's how it is. Just silliness. It's just silly. Oh, I thought I had a... It's the ghost's arm, but I thought I had hair coming out.
I wish
that was
you
like
did. That was
high.
that long.
That would be on you. You're my hair cutter. So, man, those dogs are getting it. Where am I? He was... Oh, I brushed it off, tucked into my sleeping bag, and clicked off my headlamp. The sound came maybe an hour later, faint, like something stepping slowly through the snow. At first I thought it might be a deer or maybe a bear shaking off winter slumber early. I grabbed my hunting knife and strained to listen because I can take out a deer with a loose leaf notebook. Oh, man.
Rude.
I shouldn't have looked. It was right outside my tent. But curiosity got the better of me. I unzipped the flap, just a crack, pulled my pee-pee out, and then started to whiz, marking my territory around the tent, letting it know it couldn't come inside. It had to stay out. Actually, that's not what happened. How fun. Oh. No, wouldn't it be great if he was like, this is how I stop this bear? I'll mark my territory.
Just pee everywhere.
I'll just pee on it all while it's outside. But that's when I saw it. It stood about 20 feet away, framed between two tall birches, and the thing was massive, at least 8 feet tall. 8 feet tall. She doesn't know to look at the camera sometimes.
I have been.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
I'm not paying attention to you. I'm telling these good people a story. Oh. Its limbs were all wrong. Longer than they should have been. Bent oddly at joints. Its skin looked stretched too tight.
Ew.
Grayish white like ice or old ice. You know, that actually sort of reminds me of the episode we did about the forest. The Greenville forest in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Those people kept running into the
Yeah.
thing, and there was like a ruined castle or something up in there. Or a cottage. It was a cottage. I'm completing 2 stories now. The ribs jutted out like a harsh ridges, and its eyes, they glowed faint, sickly yellow like dying coals behind a frost-covered skull. It didn't blink. Then it turned... what? And then it opened its mouth. The sounds that came out will follow me to my grave. A wet, rattling hiss, and then it turned into this gargled scream that sounded like something choking to death. And howling at the same time. Its jaw cracked open far too wide, tearing at the corners. Strings of drool dangling like icicles. Drangling.
Gross.
Stupid eyes. It took a step forward toward my tent. My instincts finally snapped me back into my body, I yanked the flap shut and crawled backward into the far corner of the tent. Blade shaking in my hand, the fabric quivered as it brushed against its claws, dragging what has happened to me. Claws dragging faintly along the nylon. Is that how you say that word? Nylon?
Yeah.
I'm one of the 5 top rappers in the world. Dylon, 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 and Dylon. And Dylon. Yeah, Dylon. Or nylon. What?
Okay.
I didn't move. I didn't breathe. I just listened to its low, ragged breathing right behind my head. The cold seeped through the wall of the tent like the breath of the dead. Then, nothing. I waited. Minutes passed. Then an hour. Finally, my legs began to go numb, and my teeth are chattering uncontrollably. I unzipped the tent, just as you're supposed to do, with nothing. No pants. No prints. No sound. Just the forest again, as if it had been holding its breath with me. I didn't pack. I didn't eat. I just ran barefoot in the snow, knife held high in one hand, flashlight in the other. I didn't stop until the light returned to the sky and the birds dared to sing again. When I finally found the road and flagged down a vehicle, oh no! I tried to explain. He nodded, silent, but his eyes told me he'd heard this story before. Now later, I learned about Wendigos. Whoop whoop! A spirit of winter and hunger. A creature cursed by cannibalism and driven by starvation that never ends.
That's me.
You can stand to be a little thirsty.
Ew. I'm thirsty.
Me too. What I'm saying is, go get me a drink. We're not actually like that if you listen to the show, but you won't because it's on YouTube now.
Rude.
Look at this high quality. Look at this production value. You can't get better than this.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Resolution. Everything. Now, some say it's a myth, a cautionary tale, but I saw it. And worse, it saw something in me. Now when the wind howls outside my window in the dead of winter, I don't sleep. I just listen because I know it's still out there, somewhere in the dark and cold, waiting for the next poor soul that thinks they're alone out there.
How's he know it's not coming back for him?
He doesn't. He doesn't. He just knows that old Tommy Knocker ain't gonna be helping him out.
Well,
Except unless he's looking for food, and then it'll be like, I'll tell you what you do, eat your cousin. Third cousin. Third cousin's got the best meat to eat. Now, our next story comes from The Dank Fork. I see you. I see you, dankness. Your honorable dankitude. It was around 10 p.m., and me and my friends decided that it would be a good idea to play hide and seek at 11 p.m. Yes, 1 hour had passed. You should have started the story at that hour.
I agree.
So when we started to play, I ran in the middle of the forest, and when I hid around a tree, I saw a woman in a white dress staring at me.
What?
Did this dude just hit us with some Dr. Seuss?
I believe so.
I was hiding around a tree when I saw a woman in a dress staring at me. I said, I do not know. And she said, you must go, go, go. Obviously, I got scared and ran outside of the woods. Meanwhile, on the way out, I got a cut about 3 to 4 inches long on my left hand, because I don't know how to run. Meanwhile, when my friends got the balls to do it, they saw her too, and we ran to the highway. The night passed, and we didn't play anymore. But I had a camera at home that I didn't use anymore. I decided to put it on a 128 gigabyte card and place it near the tree that I hid around and let it record. And again, I saw the woman staring at me. Nevermore!
What?
The raven, nevermore.
Oh.
When my friend got it in the morning, we watched it back. The woman in the white dress suddenly appeared again. That's the end of that story. Woo! Alright, now this next story I actually like the name of. The Night Knockers by Peanut Butter Thugger. I'm telling you what, Peanut Butter Thugger, I got you. I got you, homie. We on it. We on that grind. I did it again. Oh, boy. Now, before I get into the story, I need
asleep.
to give... Well, you gotta wake up. This is our show. You gotta be here.
No, I'm sleeping.
Get your skulls together.
I got them.
Woo! Wouldn't it be fun if those were chains and they'd actually jangle?
Yeah.
Missed opportunity with those. Anywho, before I get into the story, I need to give you some context. My friend Kyrie has experienced similar stuff before we both experienced it at the same time. Now, we live in the middle of Alabama, and this trail, or there's this trail that's a part of the Trail of Tears, and he calls them Night Knockers. Not the Trail of Tears. You'll find out. So they stalk you during the day, but they hide at night. And then at night, they come out and chase you. So they don't really do a whole lot of hiding there, Peanut Butter Thugger.
They're just coming to chase you.
It seems like they let you see them during the day, and then at night, they come out and chase you. Like from.
Ew.
We need to watch that. I
We
need to
do.
know what those things are. So, one day, me and Kyrie started riding our bikes after a long hiatus of taking walks due to school, and we always enjoyed it. Then one day we decided to go down this trail that's between two neighborhoods, and it's this long trail that led to the railroad track. And the track's still active, still going today. Going strong. Someone laid them irons down, and that rail's being ridden, okay? That's how we say that. Now, we went down to the trail, and when we arrived at the railroad tracks, I could see this abandoned shed on the other side of the railroad track. So, there's an open field, and the highway was visible from there, and I took my bike across the railroad track, and I looked back at Kyrie, and he said he wasn't coming. Didn't want to come. He didn't give me a reason, just didn't want to come. Now, I respected his opinion, as you do, and went to the shed to inspect it. By the way, Peanut Butter Thugger, it's not an opinion, it was a decision. He decided not to go. An opinion would be like, it looks dirty. It's an opinion. So anyway, Peanut Butter Thugger takes his bike and it was your usual abandoned shed with old parts, that old smell. But after I inspected it, I started to go back. Kyrie left me.
I would too. Bye.
Kyrie left me. I didn't ask him. I didn't think much of it, honestly. I went to go find him. He was at the entrance of the trail and said he didn't want to go no further. So I shrugged it off. We went home. The next day, I went too far in my notes. And now, there we go. The next day, we went to the railroad tracks again and again. Kyrie still wouldn't go. He told me to take some pictures of the shack and come back when I was done. You know, he wasn't going to go in. Now, I did exactly that. And while I was over there, I saw him facing the way we came. Now,
He was on lookout.
before he said, this is dangerous. We in the heart of Alabama. At least one of us has the wrong name for Alabama. Someone's got to be lookout while this other person checks out a shed. So, with a name like Peanut Butter Thugger, they really, because you don't want to be out there.
Yeah.
That's where the systemic racism is real strong with the cops. That's where they still use the word boy when they're arresting people.
Oliver called me that the other day.
He said, "Listen here, boy."
Yeah.
Oh! He
And then
said 2025 is hitting him hard.
And then called me bruh. He said, "Don't yell at me, bruh."
Well, you know what? That's because of his brothers. He's a fool. Now, before I go any further, Kyrie is not the type of person to get scared easily or joke around about stuff like this. And I can automatically tell if he's joking or not. And I could tell he was serious. I came back and asked what was up, and he didn't give me much of an answer. He just said he heard some strange howl and that we should leave. Okay, that's all. Just strange howl, we need to go. Not even 10 seconds into going back, he stopped and got his bear spray out. Okay, did you see a bear, Kyrie? Because that's kind of important. I need to know the speed at which we need to leave.
Right?
You're getting the bear spray out. You said you heard a strange howl. Do I need to pedal fast, or can I take a little bit of time?
Or should I just hide?
Right?
Because
there's this
I
shed
can't
right
run
here.
Fast.
There's this shed over here. I can get some safety from. Now, I asked why he got it out, and he said that he had a bad feeling that something bad was going to happen, and he saw something move on the trail in front of us. Now, I joked about it, saying that it was just him being paranoid, because he's a very paranoid person, and there's just nothing to worry about. So we started to head back, and he said for me to look behind us and try to spot anything. Now, I didn't see anything, but I felt like someone was watching us. You leaving us again? Why? You don't like us?
We'll be out soon, dear.
We'll be out soon. We'll be out soon.
Before the heat wave hits us tomorrow.
Yeah, I was thinking about swimming. So, we got out of the trail. I didn't see anything, but I did feel like someone was watching us. So we get out of the trail. He said he had experienced stuff like this. Alright, thanks for letting me know that before we go out here. The second day,
right?
After the first day of you
like, why
knowing
didn't you tell me when we walked past it the first time?
That's exactly right. Why don't you like me,
right?
Kyrie?
Why are you trying to get me killed?
Why? Yeah. So, I believed him, but I was skeptical at the time. He said he heard a baby cry, followed by an ear-piercing...
Earwax.
Ear-piercing earwax, yes. He got hit with that. Now, I've never heard anything like this happening, so I did what any stupid person would do. I went back the next day. I brought a sharp kitchen knife because I had to admit what Kyrie said that day put me on edge.
Slashing it through the air.
All right, Zorro, calm down. I was probably halfway down the trail when I started to have this really weird feeling. You know, just the kind of, you know, in your pants kind of feeling. You feel it, you know, your legs got to move, and all of a sudden you're hoping that you can, you know, find a tree hole to poop in. Why do you take everything so perverted? I literally just said, as you were saying, ew, to poop in. Oh my goodness. My wife, ladies and gentlemen, if you notice, the person that's the most perverted on this show is my wife. She's got the pervert. She's got the pervert hard.
Oh, I don't.
Some of them caught that. So, he brings a kitchen knife with him.
Oh.
He goes down the trail. And he said it was like I needed to leave, but I couldn't because something bad would happen if I did. So I got my knife out and started to record. It was me turning my phone around to the forest, but I didn't capture anything. That's a weird sentence, but I'll give it to you. And the second I stopped recording, I heard this loud twig snap, and I started hightailing it out of there. Felt as if I was being followed. My mind screamed at me not to look back, but I did. And I didn't see anything. I just sped out of there as fast as I could. I got home, texted Kyrie what I had saw, and he didn't respond. Around 9:10 p.m., he FaceTimed me. I picked up the phone, and I saw him riding his bike.
Riding his bag.
That's how you do it.
Max.
He's an old Alabaman witch. They ride sex. So he said, guess where I am? I said, you're at the trail again? He said, yes. He was at the entrance of the trail. And he was showing me how dark it was until he heard something down the trail. And he pointed the phone.
Away.
Hold on, not yet. Now, he pointed his phone in the direction of the noise, and I could see something. I could see two white eyes easily about 8 feet off the ground. I told Kyrie, "Run, Pop, run!" And he said it was coming towards him. Again, I said, "Run!"
Run, Forrest, run.
He sped all the way to his house. He started telling me about a time when he was young. He saw a tall, lanky figure at night, and then he hung up. That was scary. One time I saw that before.
Click.
The next day we headed out there again because we're dumb. This time we came armed. I brung the same. You can tell that's Alabama. I brung the same exact kitchen
I've heard
knife.
people here talk like that too.
Oh yeah. It's a hill folk
We're
thing.
from the hills.
It's the hill folk. We were a good distance in the trail when we suddenly heard what sounded like 100 coyotes howling at the same time. And as soon as it started, it stopped. So it was like,
Like Max.
it's Max. Max.
Look, you've called him.
Anyway, Kyrie went back to his house. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We were both scared and decided to head back. Kyrie went back to his house and brought more weapons. His dad...
Oh, gracious.
His dad was a U.S. soldier, and he had gave him some weapons, or he gave some of his weapons to him. This sounds like a terribly irresponsible dad.
Right? Like,
I don't know
you
how-
will go to jail, sir.
Well, I mean, it depends. It's not firearms, I don't think.
If he was in the military, wouldn't you think it was?
No, it was a machete, a
Oh.
taser, and a chain.
Oh. What kind of military was he in?
A biker military? Like, that's some gangster. We're gonna
Drag
take
you with a chain.
right on the back of this Harley, on the back of my 2-speed. So we started to go deeper into the woods when we heard footsteps and twigs breaking and then some water splashing. Kyrie said his ears started ringing and he said it was a sign something bad was about to happen. Spider sense. Kyrie's real name is Peter. Dun, 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 dun. So, I don't know what it was that we encountered, but we agreed to turn around and speed out of there. We plan to go back to that trail tonight and see if we can capture anything. I'll keep you posted. And that's the last thing we hear from him. Dead.
Yes, it was.
Dead. Just gone. So our next story is The Goat Man in the Hollow by Eli Castillo. Or Castillo. Castillo Tortilla. I don't know why I decided to camp out in the hollow that night, but it was the allure of how quiet, secluded weekend away from the chaos of the city. Or maybe it was. Maybe it was the allure. Sorry, I forgot the word maybe there. The hollow was known for its serenity. So, what are you doing?
Trying to see if he ever updated
Oh.
a story, but my phone has decided
To not
suddenly
work?
to not do anything.
And it's the heat. The hollow was known for its serenity, surrounded by dense forest and old, gnarly trees. Yeah, gnarly, bruh. Now, there had been whispers about it. Sure, strange sounds, eerie sightings, but I didn't believe any of it. Ghosts? Monsters? It all felt like some kind of wild superstition to me. That night, the moon was full, casting long shadows over the campsite. Long shadows. Oh, man, I sat by the fire, flames flickering and crackling as the wind whispered through the trees. My backpack was half unpacked and I had...
Sounds like a wonderful time.
Yes? Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you go on out? Get your backpack, get your 500 degrees out there. It's not going to let you.
I can't even type. Oh my heavens to Betsy.
But my backpack was half unpacked, and I had already set up my tent, so I had nothing to do but stare into the fire, waiting for the night to pass. But that's when I heard it. a low grunt. Yeah. Tim Allen's out there. Barely audible over the crackling of the fire. It was the kind of sound that you'd expect an animal to make, but something about it felt wrong, too deep, too human. Hello, governor. Now I stood there trying to peer through the trees, but the thick canopy of leaves kept most of the night in darkness. A chill ran down my spine and I laughed it off, blaming the isolation for getting to me. I decided to get some rest. I crawled into my tent, zipping up the flap, shut the door, but sleeping wouldn't come. No sleeping for this young buck.
No, sir.
Did I even read what this story was? Or did I just start it?
I don't know.
It's a different story, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you got that because I don't know if I even said it. Anyway, every little noise, the wind, the rustling of leaves, the occasional snap of a branch seemed to amplify in the silence of the night. And then there was the smell. It wasn't fresh scent of the pine or earth I was used to. It was something rotten, like wet fur and decay.
Gross.
I lay still, holding my breath, and I heard it again, and this time it was closer. The grunt morphed into a growl, deep, guttural, like an animal in pain, but there was something else there, too. Some unmistakable. I would also like some unmistakable. I prefer Philly steakables to the unmistakable, but, we'll take it. Philly steakables or unmistakable, we'll take it. Now, a scraping sound like claws dragging around the ground. My heart skipped a beat and I knew I wasn't alone. I pulled my sleeping bag tighter around me, my mind racing, because have you never seen Friday the 13th? Let me tell you one of the scenes in Friday the 13th. He tightens the strings on a sleeping bag, hangs the person from the tree, and proceeds to whoop them with a board that's on fire. Zipping yourself up in the sleeping bag is not going to save you from anything. Just traps you. All right? Horror movies may not be exactly accurate, but why would you stop your arms and legs from being able to do anything? Anyway. Should I pack up and leave? But
obviously.
Yeah, you should have, but whatever. But that meant going out there into the woods where whatever that thing was waiting. I couldn't bring myself to do it. The growl came again, much louder this time, and then silence. It was a whole new day. I thought, I wasn't scared of him anyway, till I noticed those rips in my sheet and I knew there'd been a nightmare on my street. Boom. Oh, I can't go off screen like that. Okay. Because there's a wall right here and it's, it won't let me get out of frame.
I can.
Oh, well then you should have done that joke. Come on, man.
I'll sing.
Fair enough.
Or dance. Or do anything
That's
fun.
not true. I've seen you dance.
No.
It's fun. Now, my flashlight was on the ground next to me, so I grabbed it, clicked it on, and aimed it into the darkness. Now, at first, nothing. The beam of the light only caught the edge of the trees, their branches swaying in the air. But then something moved in the distance. Something horrifying. It wasn't the usual forest animal. It was tall, too wide. It was standing perfectly still. My blood turned cold. It knew I was watching. The creature stood on two legs, hunched forward like it was ready to pounce, its body massive, covered in matted dark fur. But the worst part, the part that made my stomach churn, was its head. It had the face of a goat, with the huge curling horns that jutted out from either side. Its eyes, those glowing yellow eyes, locked onto mine. Unblinking, predatory. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. It was like I was frozen in place, caught in its gaze. The creature snorted, its hooves scraping against the dirt as it shifted. I heard the unmistakable sound of claws, sharp and elongated, scraping against the tree trunks. It was circling me, like toying with its prey. Then, when I knew this wasn't some forest animal, because apparently you couldn't just guess that from the fact that it has this human-like body, but goat's head. Yeah, okay. I suddenly knew this wasn't a forest animal. It was something far worse. Something ancient, something that shouldn't exist. The creature took a step forward, then another, each one slow, deliberate. My mind screamed for me to run, but my blood refused, or my body, sorry, not my blood, my body refused to move. I could hear its breath, heavy, ragged, smelling of death as it drew closer, the smell of rot filling the air. And then, just as quickly as it had appeared, the creature disappeared into the shadows. The scraping sounds faded. The growls stopped. I waited, my heart hammering in my chest, hoping I was imagining things, hoping it was just some twisted dream. But when I mustered the courage to crawl out of my tent, the forest was still, too still. The air was thick with the same rancid smell, and the only sound was the distant rustling of leaves. I didn't waste a second. I grabbed my gear, shoved it into my backpack, and ran. I've never gone back to the hollow since.
I don't believe I would either.
No, certainly not. That would be a terrifying thing to have to go through, for sure. Let's see here. Where are we?
The window camping trip.
Right. Oh, this is the last story.
Yep.
Okay. So this one's called The Window Camping Trip by Drifters 2049. Now, I will tell people this is not the coffee shop that we have. This is just a person. Now, me and my girlfriend don't get jealous. You're my wife. Me and my girlfriend got out of high school on the last day of 9th grade. That's usually how it happens.
Whew, sorry. I'm tired. There's heat.
Now, of course, we're not going drinking because I'm not much of a drinker. So we packed the car.
I'm in 9th grade.
I don't think 9th grade really has much to do with it in places, Jules.
It should. You're what, 14, 15? Quit it.
Yeah, 15, 16, somewhere around there.
No.
8th grade's 14 to 15.
Okay, so Ryan is getting ready to go into 7th grade, and he's only going to be 12.
He's a late bloomer.
No, he isn't.
Super late. Took him forever to get hair.
It did take him forever to get hair, and now look at it.
See? That's what I'm saying. Late bloomer. Now, me and my girlfriend got out of high school on the last day of 9th grade, and we decided to go camping to celebrate. Now, of course, we weren't drinking because I'm not much of a drinker, so we packed the car, and my friend asked if he could come, and I told him it was okay, so he got in the car too, and then we made sure that we got gas and checked the engine and
got some snacks.
Stop telling us everything, dude. Anyway,
He's young.
I know. Now we get to the campsite and set up tents. As the sun was about to set, they only set up 2. As the sun was getting ready to set, I told them I was going to the campfire, I was going to get campfire wood, and I took off. Now, I left them to their own.
Felicia.
I finally got rid of those 2. Never have to see them again. They're young. They don't know how to get out of the woods. Now, I looked around, or I told them I was going to get campfire, and I went about 1 mile out, and then I started to get the feeling that I was being watched. I looked around to see if I was truly alone, but nobody was around. So I stopped, saw a bunch of wood, and picked up some, and that's when I saw a tree house in the tree that was about 30 feet from me. So I climbed up the ladder, and that's when the ladder fell. Crap! I yelled, and then I went dead still when I heard walking. At the time, I carried around a revolver. What? Ninth
Right?
grader has a revolver.
And he's not much of a drinker. Where do they live?
Oh, man.
They must live like way in a holler somewhere where this stuff is acceptable.
What, not drinking and having a gun?
At that age. At
that age, you would rather them be, you'd say, okay, listen, the way you framed that made it sound like you would rather them be drunk and have a gun.
Oh.
Because I said, you're not drinking, and you said, and you have a gun? Like.
No, I mean because of their age. Like, where are their parents?
Not here.
Clearly.
Oh, that was fun. So, at the time, I carried around a revolver, and I grabbed it out of my holster and held it in my hand. That thing was at the trunk of the tree. I had the edging idea. Dude, there had to be a better word you could use there.
I don't think that became an icky word until recently.
Okay. I had the edging idea to look over the wood, and what I saw scared me for life. A tall, dead deer with glowing white eyes staring up. I realized that it was a Wendigo. Okay, pretty quickly. This guy's got it. He knows what he's doing. I like it. Good job. Good job, Johnny Cochran. A tall, oh wait, I'm sorry. It was now about 10 o'clock, and I didn't know what it was at the time, but at this point, I realized that it's a Wendigo. I can't forget what it told me. This is the first time we've had a story here that it said it told him something.
Right.
I can't forget what it told me. It sounded like my sister for about 4 minutes, telling me, "Let me up, bro." But my sister never called me bro. Then it started to mimic my girlfriend, Brooklyn. Kept going for about an hour, and then I looked again to see if that thing was still there. Well, wouldn't you know? It was. And it was staring right at me. I shot at the thing, and it let out a devilish scream and then ran off towards the trees. Then I fell back and fell asleep, and then I woke up in a watchtower, and my friend and her girlfriend and my girlfriend, Banga Banga Boonga, were staring down at me. I never saw the deer again, but to this day it haunts me for life. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Creepy.
I hope it thrilled you a little, chilled you a little, made you think twice about going out into the woods and trying to survive 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights in a bear trap. Yes, I said bear trap. And also, please remember, when you hide around a tree, make sure there's not a woman staring at thee. You like my little rhymes? All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we really have something very serious to tell you. Salty Garlic. Salty Garlic's been hit with some Wendigoism.
Uh-oh.
All right, she's got a little bit of Wendigo virus. So she's looking to peel your skin off layer by layer and eat them like they're potato chips. We don't know how to discourage her. We were wearing shoes. She just peeled those right off, layer by layer. And
now we have no shoes.
We have no shoes. We have toenails at this point.
That's it. Just some toenails.
Just some toenails.
And some nubbins.
So make sure that you cover up your feet, but curl them up. As you know, she can't get in the bed, so curl your feet up. If they're at the edge of the bed, it's fair game to her. But if they're curled up, there's a barrier there that's really weird about, your feet being away from the edge of the bed 3 inches. I don't know. It's just a safe distance. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to our video if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're not watching on YouTube, thank you for listening on Spotify or wherever you listen. Spread the graveyard. Please go sit in West Virginia. Leave comments. Subscribe to our channels. and follow us and comment on stuff. We want to hear from our listeners. So please enjoy the rest of your evening. We have to go watch our children ride go-karts
And crash.
in the heat. Bye.
Bye.